Hey everybody, how we doing? John Anthony, ChairShot Sports, a Sport Coin affiliate, as always, powered by Zoa Energy. I'm John Anthony, as always, joined by my tag team partner, always, Jesse B, Princess Skywalker. Jesse, how we doing?
Good. How are you? Hello,
I'm good.
everybody. Afternoon.
Yeah, welcome to our matinee interview, if you will, 3 o'clock Eastern time.
Yes, our midday.
Yeah, go get our interview today, get our predictions tonight, and just it's a good week. It's a good week for the station, good week for the network. Lots of stuff,
It
lots of
is.
interviews, lots of stuff.
It is. We got
How
another
was your
interview
trip? You're
tomorrow night.
fresh back out of just pretty much getting out of a plane from the East Coast. How was your trip?
It was good. It was cold. Very, very
Yeah,
cold.
yeah. Glad you had a fun time over there because it was cold as hell.
Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah. So
It
for
was
those of you
nice
that
to
are
see my
watching,
niece and nephew, though.
what? No, no, I was gonna, you get to see your family, which is awesome. You guys do anything fun? Anything cool while you were out here?
We went to the Cape and went to the aquarium, but
What do you do at the Cape when it's not the summer? What is out there? Just going to the Cape? Just
we just drove out there and looked at the beach and then came back.
look out
It
the
started
window.
snowing the second we got there. So,
Yeah, that's why you don't go to the Cape unless it's between like May 1st and like August 2nd.
mhm.
Don't go with
So
if
we're
it's
going to
not
go
those
back
days.
in June.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good time to go. I mean, the beaches out there are amazing. They're awesome resorts too, man. Though living in
My mom,
Massachusetts, I'm just like, cool, the Cape, yay. Okay, that's cool, I guess.
right. Whereas I'm in
But,
Colorado, I'm landlocked, so I go see the ocean and it's cool for me. So
yeah, yeah, it's cool living near the ocean. That's fine. I'll go to where you are, though. I'm tired of living here where the air hurts my face. Though where you are, it hurts your face as well, which sucks.
my mom got like sunburn on her face because it was so cold
Yeah, it's wild. Like, ugh,
out there. Like
yeah.
her face was bright red.
You left. You must have taken the cold back with you to Colorado because we're like 45, 50 degrees. There's ice melting. The snow is melting. It's beautiful. Great stuff. Love that it's melting.
Oh, it's
Cannot
been
wait for spring.
60 since I got home.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's been 60 degrees since I got home. It's been beautiful here.
well, whatever you did, I appreciate. You took something with you, left it wherever.
Right? Make it go bye-bye.
Please, I'm ready for spring. I'm done.
Oh,
So for
I'm
those of
so
you,
ready for spring.
oh my God, yes, please, because you can't shovel heat, so I will take it at any point. I'm fine with that.
Right.
For those of you that obviously have taken a look and see who we have on for this interview we're doing at 3 o'clock, an early afternoon. Shazza McKenze, world renowned wrestler in the States, very much in Australia. Has been on WWE, AEW, has been around a lot of big independent companies as well. We'll talk about that with her a little bit when she comes on. But this is exciting. This is an interview that has been about 3 months in the making. No fault of Shazza's at all. It's all me from work, being a dad, all this other stuff. Everything kept getting in the way. So I'm very, very excited to finally have her get on the show. So hopefully it's everything she ever wanted and more. So hopefully it all works out. So
Yeah.
but yeah, very excited, very excited.
Schedules are tough when you got little ones.
I'm telling you, man. Like she was like, I can do 3 o'clock, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. Nobody's home. It's fine. I get it all done before the littles come home and all this other stuff. That's perfectly fine.
Right?
So
Perfect.
yeah, this is an exciting week for wrestling, man. I'm excited. You got Elimination Chamber. You got AEW tomorrow night. So that'll be good. Did you happen to watch Raw last night?
I did. I watched Raw last night.
I was really, really contemplating doing like a rundown. Like I worked late last night, but having to do a Raw rundown this afternoon because, man, what a show!
It's almost needed because of that show.
I'm thinking about it. I'm already doing 5 shows in like 3 days. So what's one more? Right?
What's one more?
What's one more?
We might as well jump in and do one more today.
Yeah. But it was just Raw was amazing last night. It was just, oh man, that Cody Seth promo was fire, just straight fire, man. Oh, those two are like soulmates when it comes like the ring, whether they're wrestling or they're on the mic together. They're amazing together. I love it. I love their chemistry.
Yeah, it was a great promo from Seth.
Oh man, and I was like, okay, Seth has some good points. Then all of a sudden, like what Cody came back with, I'm like, that's so true. It's so good. And I know we're going to be talking about it later tonight. I'm just so excited to see where this Cody Rhodes, Rock, Final Boss angle goes, man. I have so many theories. I know you do too. I know Matt has some, and I know Mona has a lot of them too. So it's going to be so interesting to where they go from this. The next 3 to 4 months are going to be awesome. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
So
It'd be crazy.
So thank you for those who are tuning in. We're just waiting for Shazza to jump in. So what else can we talk about so we don't have dead air?
Well, tomorrow night on the Lowdown, we do have editorial Danny coming on. She is the woman that is responsible for all of the Julia Hart vignettes when Julia Hart was getting ready to come back from her injury. So we are excited to have her on the Lowdown tomorrow. So tune into the Lowdown tomorrow night at right after Dynamite, and we will have her on.
We'll both be there.
Her tomorrow night.
It'll be the same two faces. It'll just look like this. That's all.
Yep, it'll just be the other way, and then the background will be more colorful.
Yeah, a little more. But, this is our interview special edition kind of background. So
yes.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Obviously, Elimination Chamber Saturday. I'm excited for it. Oh man.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's funny they only have a few matches planned, but I think the chamber matches are gonna slap. I think same thing with the Rumble. There's only like 3-4 matches. It's gonna be a good PLE, so I'm excited.
Hey Tori, thanks for tuning in.
Tori, what's going on? Joining us this early afternoon. And also too, while we're talking about interviews tomorrow, we also have tomorrow night we have Amber Nova joining us here at ChairShot Sports. An OG in the business. I'm so excited to be having her on and talking to her. So excited. It's gonna be such a great time. So it's a packed week, man. Me and Jesse just doing work.
Yeah.
just work and on top of our work.
Mm-hmm. I'm on my lunch break right now.
Yeah, see, this is what we do. This is why we play the game. This is what we do.
Yep. I'm currently taking my lunch break.
Might as well take a look at some comments with Vicky chiming in. See,
yeah,
exactly. See, we should do more afternoon stuff so we can be your getaway for people who are at work and just like want to put that on mute and listen to us talk. That might be so much better. That might be our niche now. We might have to do like an afternoon interviews or afternoon shows.
Afternoon show.
That is, you'd have to break away from work too. So eventually they might get suspicious if you keep taking your break at the same time every single time.
As long as I get my work done, I don't care. And I've already been working for 7 hours today because I logged in at 6 o'clock this morning. So I've already put in the work for the day.
You're done. This is it. This is all just extra. Awesome. Vicky, we definitely will. We will definitely let you know. Tank's confused. See, Tank, for those you don't know, is like our official mascot of the rundown. He always wiles out, going nuts, tackling Jessie around when she's on camera. So he hears my voice, sees her, and he thinks it's Wednesday night apparently. So he wants to get vocal and wants to say hi to everybody. So if you hear him,
he wants to bark at all the neighbors, just trying to live their lives, be obnoxious as hell.
He's a mainstay on all our program. He's actually probably pretty much just like the ChairShot media like mascot pretty much at this point. He shows up on all the shows.
Freaking dog, man. He's driving me nuts with that barking.
But as a cat dad, my cats could give two shits. They're not gonna. They don't want anything to do with anything. They're like, if you're not.
Well, the cats. Yeah, the cats stay in their little hole because of Tank.
Yes, I mean I don't blame them, but
because he's a big jerk.
He's a big bully, man.
He's a big bully.
So while we're talking, I mean, real quick, I know you were on vacation. We didn't really get a chance to really talk about it or rehash it. Quick thoughts on Grand Slam, real quick. Not to go into a full divulge of like the pay-per-view, but quick thoughts. Or I'm sorry, or the glorified house show. Some thoughts on Grand Slam.
It was good.
That's about it.
I pretty much got all the matches, my predictions right, except for the Buddy Matthews.
Yeah, we both got Buddy wrong, and you were right as far as the
Death Riders.
Death Riders, yep. So you called that.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It turned Cope into something else, so we'll see if this goes somewhere better than where it's going.
Well, no, man. I'm hoping. This is the weirdest. This is out of the past 5 years. This is the weirdest time watching them go into Revolution. I'm not wowed, I guess. If that makes sense. I'm not like so excited. Like I used to be like, it was like Revolution's coming. It's gonna be some wild matches. And it's just like now I'm like, there's nothing there. Checking in, baby. The run in wrestling pod. What up, baby? Mike and Sped. proud members of the ChairShot Media Group. What's up, boys? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Awesome. But yeah, no, I just I'm not wild right now, man. I feel like it's flat, and we talk about it weekly on Wednesdays. And just right now, I feel like there's no direction. It's what's going to happen with Mox and the belt, and then what other great storylines are we looking for? Thoughts on Ricochet? Thoughts on Ricochet on his promo he cut, by the way, on Dynamite last week? Thoughts? People are calling him now the best heel in the business, quote unquote. Thoughts?
So I was trying to watch that with toddlers running around, and trying to put toddlers to bed.
Yeah, the toddlers.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I'll say this, and I've said it before. I'm not shitting on the guy. I think it was a good move for him to be his own guy, to go to AEW. I think all of them, if they don't like what WWE does, obviously there's a thumb on you to do what you need to do. Read this promo. Very few get that like carte blanche to kind of go out and just grab a mic and go.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with Ricochet. Whenever he cuts a promo, it's just like it's copy. Add a couple other words, and it's like, I'm sorry, there's keywords like it's like this. Let me tell you. It's like the same stuff over and over, just filling his words. And it's like, I'm just not sold on him being a big heel. He walks around with new glasses, a robe, and a pair of scissors. But I still look at him and I still say, I still see Ricochet from WWE. He's not doing anything like, he's just beating the shit out of people with chairs and stuff and just don't say a word. Stay off the mic. Just get yourself over that way. Like when it started, like we talked about like 3 weeks ago when it started, he came out and he looked like American Psycho. And just had the blood all over him, and that was great. And now I just feel like now we're doing too much with it. Like just less is more in this case.
Let's be more organic.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like he beat Swerve. Now what? Like where are we going with the character? I just again, it's one of those things where it's like flat. Like I'm not excited to see another Ricochet match or where we're gonna go from here. Is he going for a title? He's still out saying the same stuff. Now he's trying to get over insulting the crowds. A lot of insults at the crowds. I mean, that's. Less is more on that. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see all that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's Vicky got to say? Yeah, see, I agree. I just, again, some people just aren't good on the mic. You can go to promo school. You can work on it as much as you want. But at the end of the day, you're either good or you're not. So look at someone like Brock Lesnar. It took Brock like 10 years to finally get great on the mic. But it was literally just him being Brock Lesnar. It wasn't any kind of anything mixed in, any kind of character. It was him just talking as him, telling you exactly how he feels. So it takes time to learn that. So I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. So any minute now, Shazza should be jumping in. So appreciate you guys joining us a little early, talking a little AEW, talking a little WWE. TNA is on fire. If we're talking about all the promotions, TNA is on fire. Moose coming in NXT last week. Omos and Moose. NXT title, X Division Championship on the line. My dream is finally going to happen. A belt from another promotion is going to be on another one of the. There's no way Moose wins this match. So finally, they take a belt and put it on someone in WWE. I'm so excited that they finally do this. Granted, it's the X Division Championship, but it is. I think it's one of those things where you might see. I think I did say Omos. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm not prepped. I'm sorry. I apologize. Big Nick, what's going on? Thank you for checking in. Appreciate you. That's why I need Vicky here. I need all the other people here to keep me in check. Speaking of Omos, about 2 weeks ago, he gave up his tag team belt, said he was popping into WWE, still hasn't showed up, so I'm waiting for that to drop. So that should be fun. But a lot of people are saying with the X Division Championship making its way into NXT, they're saying AJ Styles might drop down, maybe go back for that belt, and maybe other people who have had it in TNA might come down and try to win that belt. So you don't get TNA, I think you said where you are.
I don't.
Green.
I don't have access to it here.
No, see, I beg to differ on that. It's been a long time coming where they've had people and they've had them in mixed matches for the tag belts, all like that. If you're going to take one belt and move it over, like I said, the X Division Championship has been held by at least almost 8 or 9 people that are currently right now in the WWE or some of them are still on the NXT roster. So I think if that's the one belt they're going to move, that's the one that's going to make its way over to NXT. And obviously, like, Oba's not losing that belt right now. He's an amazing, amazing run as champion. While we talk, just give me 1 second, making sure everything's okay. She has no problem signing in. Yeah, so I guess we're still just waiting. Thank you so much for holding on and being patient. I appreciate it. So I got to give you my TNA password so you can just watch. TNA, you don't really need anything to watch it. It's TNA Plus. You just subscribe to it. It's like $10 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get it. You watch it on your phone, your laptop. If you have a Roku or anything like that, you can pick any of that. You can watch it all on that streaming. So,
I'll have to take a look one of these days.
It's worth it. I mean,
used to watch it back in the day.
Yeah, we talked about. Yeah, I was getting it when it was like $8 for every Wednesday night on pay-per-view. You had to go pay $8 to buy it on there. But it's hot right now, man. A lot of people moving over. The Hardys are going to be on NXT tonight, so they've been.
That's what I heard.
Oh man, the pop is going to be amazing. They already have a new shirt already on the on WWE Shop, so it's wild. So
that was fast.
Yeah, that's what everyone was like. Yeah, it was quick. I'm guessing they're probably going to do something probably down the road, probably midsummer or spring. Probably have them doing something on the main roster. Because I miss them in WWE. That's their home, forever home. Wherever they go in Rome, the forever home is where they're going to be.
Well, and there's been all these talks of Jeff too, and how he wants to right his wrongs. You know, from when he had his issues in the WWE, when he was going through all his substance abuse issues and stuff.
No, I agree. And the thing is, apologize while we're talking. I'm just sending a quick message real quick.
No, you're good.
So yeah, no, my biggest want right now, the Hardys, if they do come back, obviously they're getting a little long in the tooth, so the run's going to end sooner than later. I definitely want to see Willow walk down a WWE ramp. That's always been my favorite character of Jeff Hardy's. I don't think it's ever gotten enough play, and it's always a very mysterious entrance, his own music, and I think WWE could do that the right way. I would love, and he said that before in interviews with like Chris Van Fleet. He said Willow debuting WWE would be a dream come true for him, being his like true alter ego. But yeah. Yes, please. I need more of this Street Profits. This Street Profits is about 6 months to a year too late. I needed this a long time ago. I love the Street Profits like this in this way. Still with the little catchphrases, but just such a menacing force. And the way they're just running roughshod over these tag teams right now is just. And this is the way they should be. They should have been booked like this with Bobby Lashley. I don't know what happened, who dropped the ball, but this is the way they should have been booked, being alongside of Bobby Lashley. But luckily, we're getting it now, and Bobby's obviously having a great time over in AEW. So,
yeah, I mean, they stuck the belts on him right away.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had to with that much pomp and circumstance around them. But again, Lashley's going to be good. I mean, he's probably not winning the belt at Revolution like I called, but I guess we'll move on from there.
Right, because he's not even wrestling for it.
I know. I guess it's cope. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know. A lot of other people that could have the belt, and it's Edge. Okay, that's fine. So,
yeah, it was an interesting choice, but
if
it has purpose, hopefully it's long-term storytelling in the making.
Would you want to see Cope get the belt and have it? Would that be as like a last run, and then give the rub to somebody, like drop that belt to somebody?
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but if they're going to have somebody fighting against what's ruining AEW, I would have liked to have seen it more of a homegrown AEW guy.
Like a Darby. Obviously, Darby's away doing Mount Everest. It's tough because I feel like a lot of should have been somebody. Ricky Saints could have saved the day.
I mean, put fucking Hangman back in there.
See, that would have been such a great time to turn Hangman totally face and have him like start taking on the Death Riders. And if
Mhm.
anyone's crazy enough to take on someone like Mox, it's Hangman. Like
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
that would have been great.
That's you hit the nail on the head. That's so perfectly booked. Like that would have been amazing. And then you're like, now all of a sudden we're cheering for Hangman. Like, let's go. You know what I mean?
But they chose Cope.
Yeah. So again, for those of you tuning in, we're just waiting for Shazza to jump in real quick. Just see if there's any issues on her end as far as signing in. Not that I've heard of, so give her a second. Gotta love live TV. It's great,
right? It's very unpredictable.
So I actually just brought up his name. So what are your thoughts on Ricky Saints? What are your thoughts on the name?
I mean, it's not terrible.
I mean, it's like you were messaging as soon as it came out, and I was like, it is an homage to being from Nolans, and that's his thing. Avid Saints fan. So, but you know what? It's one of those things where I know a lot of guys brought their names over. Ethan Page, Sean kept his, Spears. It's just I feel like Ricky kind of wanted to leave Starks in AEW and have Saints here, and it's as close.
Yeah.
You're kind of close. You kept it's a little offshot of one of the other, but it's cool. It's a new start. It's a new beginning. I think they're gonna put the rocket on that guy.
Yeah,
they've wanted him. I mean, everyone's wanted him in WWE for a long time.
Especially being Cody's boy.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing I think you run into as well. Like how fast do you push it? Like we all know it's Cody's boy. You just throw the championship on him. Like, but not for nothing, Ethan Page came in and won it very quickly as well. So you can't say it's like they're taking AEW guys and putting straps on them. Not like they do that in AEW or anything.
No.
But yeah, but this is what I mean. This is like some of the stuff you and me have talked about. Like all the stuff I see online about name changes, putting belts right up. You guys have done it in the other place too. Keep the same energy on both sides of the road.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, Starks
name changes happen.
Yeah. Cope. It's like Cope, Miro, all one word. We changed this guy to Saints from Starks, kind of the same thing, not a big deal. And everybody hates it apparently on the other side. Not like you took the man called Edge to Cope. What are you doing? Stop it.
Right. Everybody hates that too. So
Rusev to me. I don't know.
Our lawyer's here.
I'm crying.
Poppy the lawyer. He's here. Yeah, the whole Cope thing was his idea. So I mean, it is what it is. That's what he wanted.
No, it is. So, and he actually because he was walking around showing the trademark off and everything like that. So I'm not going to keep. I don't full disclosure. I've gotten an email back, but I'm really hoping 3:00 wasn't 3:00 her time, because if that's the case, we're going to be sitting here for 45 more minutes talking.
Oh,
doing a full show. I haven't gotten an email from her. I'm really hoping that's not the case, but I'm pretty sure I'm ahead of her or I'm behind her. Am I? I don't know. Now I'm really worried. But for the 90 people that are watching right now, we do appreciate it. Just stay tuned.
Well, I guess we could talk Raw last night if we really want to.
Let's go. We can full Raw. I don't give a shit. Like whatever. I got till the kids come home. I don't give a shit. But yeah. So let's just get right to the biggest part, the biggest headline coming out of that. I mean, Cody Rhodes. Before we get into the promo, what are your thoughts? We didn't do a Friday shakedown either. Listen, John Anthony's schedule sucks now. I work at a casino. I run 3 restaurants. The weekends are the busiest. I'm trying to figure it out. Just bear with me. Jesse and Mike are carrying me. Vinny's carrying me. I will figure it out eventually. But yeah, so Friday night, I want your soul. Your thoughts when you saw the promo and the words are said by The Rock. What are your initial thoughts when you see that promo and The Rock says that to Cody? What are you thinking?
Well, the first time I saw it was last night because I was at the casino with my mom on Friday and I didn't get to watch it. So it was interesting, I guess. I mean, those are interesting ways of putting it. I want your soul. Like, okay.
Well, so you've obviously watched like you've watched old school like WWE. You've seen old school stuff like Vince and this is VKM asking Stone Cold, asking The Rock to become the corporate champ. The Rock obviously doing what he does best. He's cinema. He's in a new Scorsese film. He wants it to be the wow factor, and everyone wants to. He's asking for Cody's soul. It's like a hot fire now, all wildfire all over the internet. Everybody's showing that clip, and that's what he wanted, to be that dramatic about it. But this is literally just like, hey, I can take you here. I got the keys of the kingdom. Just be my champion. Just do what I say. Be my minion. I want that.
Just
that's
do
all
what I want.
And that's what Vince was saying. Get along, you can go along, that kind of thing. Same thing he did to The Rock. Same thing he did. It's funny that it's The Rock doing this because The Rock turned corporate for a while. Got his own pay-per-view, Rock Bottom, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he's now asking Cody to be his champion, I'm excited, man. Like we talked about, tonight is going to be very, very cool. We talk about our theories about what's going to happen over the next couple months. But it was a shock and awe factor. So then Monday comes around last night. Cody gets in the ring, and Cody was definitely going in that direction, talking about his family, his nephews coming into the business, his Liberty and his kids. Going down the road of I have to do this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I need to do this. Here comes Seth Rollins. Seth cuts a great promo, but Cody's like, listen, who are you to throw stones at my glass house? Like, didn't you already go to the Authority? Didn't you turn on the Shield? Didn't you go into business for yourself? Who are you to talk to me? Awesome promo. Those two are just soulmates in that ring when it comes on the mic or if they're wrestling. I just love their chemistry together.
It definitely got my wheels turning.
Yeah.
For it's funny. What's to come.
And not to get too much into what we're going to talk about tonight with our special guest Mona and Matt Trigger. But I feel like I'm trying to think of all the people that are going to come out in the chamber that kind of are going to say something that will say something to Cody. Like, what are you doing? You're too wholesome for this. And if you go through, they've all kind of taken a road where you're not getting on that holier than thou throne where Cody has been the good old boy. He's been that guy. He's been that blue collar, white meat baby face who said, I'm never turning heel. I'm not being a heel. That's not what I do. I'm here for the people. I'm the face of this company. And no one can really throw a stone in him because they've all either done something nefarious or devious in their careers to help them get along.
Right.
The only one close to that could be John Cena, but John did it too. John turned heel too. The Doctor of Thugonomics had a great run as that character. So no one can really look at Cody and go, shame on you. And Cody goes, shame on you guys. You all have already done it.
But John started heel.
Yeah, well,
Cena started heel.
Kind of. The ruthless aggression thing. They tried the face, and then he was like, "That's it. Screw that." Like he had one more chance. If you go into the whole history, he was going to get fired. And there, he was like, "This isn't me. Let me be me for one night." And he went out there in the cutoffs and in the jersey and destroyed it because that is what John Cena is. That was him just being him with the volume turned up. But yeah, no, I think this is, again, for those of you that are watching it and tuning tonight, you're probably going to hear a little bit of the same from me and Jesse, and obviously the other two opinions as well. But this is getting good, man. I was very that promo on Friday. I mean, The Rock is so long-winded. I'm like, where are we going with this? Like, come on. I know we got 3 hours, but come on, Rock.
Right, like get to the point.
And I'm excited as hell. Like, I'm so excited that WrestleMania is going back to New Orleans, man. They've had the last Mania down there was WrestleMania 30. Am I right? Am I saying that? No. Was it 30? Excuse me. There's the one after
the Hardy Boys came back.
Was that 30?
I'm not sure what year it was. I just remember that was the year the Hardy came back.
30 was the main event. Someone in the comments is going to correct me. Whether it's going to be somebody in a second. That was the one. 30 was where Daniel Bryan main evented and became the champion. That was an awesome WrestleMania. I'm excited because in 2 years I'm going to WrestleMania. Finally finishing my story. Yep. Okay. Thank you. 33 is where the Hardys came back. Yep. Jesse nailed it on that one. So thank you for that. They're going to be at the Field House in Indianapolis. I'm going to that WrestleMania. So Very, very excited for that and finish my story.
Awesome.
Put that feather in my cap. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm getting really scared right now. We're coming up on 3:30. Thank you for those who are sitting here watching us just talk all kinds of wrestling and tuned in for an interview. I'm getting very, very worried that it was 3 o'clock her time. Yeah, I don't know yet. I haven't had an email, so we might have to fill another.
But hey, you're here. You're hanging out.
I'm here. You're here. Everyone else is here. 100 people just hit. So thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Taking the time. But yeah, so I think we might have crossed our hairs maybe a little bit. I don't know. Oh, I hate time differences, especially yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because mine's 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh, man, maybe we messed up. Well, if we did, again, thank you for everyone who's tuning in. We'll keep talking. Feel free to shoot questions into the comments. Me and Jesse will answer those as well. This is gonna get tight. That's what she said. Now because now my kids are gonna come home and I'm gonna have to get off this, go do kids, come back for our interview. This is fun. I love this. This is such a great life. Such a great life. Oh man.
Live show.
Aren't you still working though? Aren't you still
I am. Technically, yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do this to you.
No, it's okay. Like I said, I've already put in 7 hours today.
She's gonna come in at 4 and be like, "Hi." I'm like, "Oh, hey, we've been here an hour. We've been waiting. How you doing?"
We've been chilling.
I might have to go get a refill on my drink before she comes on. But what else to talk about, really? I don't know if you saw my tweet. I don't know if you caught it or if you saw my tweet that I put up. And for those of you, while we're here, let's just shamelessly promote what we do. So if you're not following us already, I'm myself, John Anthony, at ChairShot Sports. You can find us on X, YouTube, what you're watching right now, also on Facebook, on Twitch, and on Instagram. Jesse, if they're watching, haven't seen you yet, where can they find you on the socials?
At Jess Skywalker 10 on X and at The Lowdown with Princess Skywalker and John Anthony on YouTube. I always like glitch out when I try and do all that stuff. I can't ever figure it out.
So this is why I rely on Mike and Sped too. Like this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. Not that. We'll come back to that. Come back to that. Yes, that, this, all this. What are your thoughts? First of all, the match, 5-star. Already in February, I'm thinking match of the year candidate. Off the jump. Amazing match in my eyes. What are your thoughts on Liv and Raquel becoming the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions?
I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I wanted to see more happen with the Jade story first and figure out what the fuck is going on with Jade and who really attacked Jade.
But see, I think doing this is this kind of solidified how I know it is going to be. It's going to come out being Bianca and or Naomi. I feel like I see a rematch down the road, not at Chamber. Probably at this point, I think Mania, because there's only roadblock from here on. I think Jade comes out, and you think she's going to attack the two, Liv and Raquel, because that's who did the job in the video coverage, and she's going to knock the hell out of either Naomi, Bianca, or both, because she knows they're the ones that did it. I think this is why you take the belts off them, so she doesn't end up costing them the belts, which I think would have been good in the long run anyway. But now the titles won't be involved, so then those three can kind of go off. They get taken away from the title belts. The rematch is done, and now those two can kind of go on and do their own thing at Mania, moving on, and after WrestleMania season. So those are my thoughts. When they lost it, very excited. And I'm not a huge Liv fan. I've told you that. I'm very adamant, but it's good to get her on this. First of all, first time 3-time tag champions, by the way, Raquel and Liv. It's good to get Liv a belt and get her away from the women's championship for now. It was getting nauseating, missionary over and over and over. Like, just stop. It's good to see her get those belts and now go put her hands on some other people for a while. And then Jay can move her all over the brands too. Put her ass on TNA, put her on NXT, get her off at Raw for a little bit, have her go fight some other people, get her off on Monday nights for a little bit. She's getting a little stale.
Yeah. Well, Cronky and Tori were both saying they were expecting Jade to show up last night, and there was something in me that I half expected Jade to show up last night too.
See, if Jade pops up, I think it's going to be. It's too soon. It's only like 3 days. I don't think they name they call a rematch on Friday night and then have Jade pop up at the chamber. You have enough going on at the chamber right now with The Rock popping in. I think the chamber's locked in. You're not adding any more star power to that. So I at the end of the day, Jade, either they do a vignette where she returns a couple weeks before Mania, or we're getting her back at Mania. If there's a rematch between those two somewhere, I think that's where you see the comeback. That's what I'm going to book. Whether it's on a Super Raw where it goes 3 hours, maybe it could happen at Roadblock. Maybe they book a match for them to go off on Roadblock to fight a tag team down there. And Jake, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. That very, very good match between the four of them. That was an awesome match last night. I was very, very.
It was a good match.
Yeah, definitely match of the year candy so far for me. There's very few right now so far. That's one of them.
For the ladies, at least.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, Finn Balor, a lot of things being pointed toward the Demon. A lot of Easter eggs. Last night was probably the most blatant, literally having the lunchbox of, like, right above his head the whole time. Judgment Day is hanging on by a thread.
Oh, it's so stale.
A thread. Like, I like how. I mean, obviously, this is the imminent demise of the group. And it's finally good to see it happen at Mania. This is what it's been running. What Judgment Day has been what? Not the form that Edge
was still there.
Well, again, I was at Backlash with Edge, brought Rhea in, and then I don't know. So the Carnation when it was Finn, Damian, and Rhea. That's been what, 2 years? 2.5 years already?
A while.
They've been running the group. It's been something wild like that. But it'll be if Mania is where it kind of dissipates and goes away. I think Dom's ready. Dom's ready to go do his own thing. They've built him, shown him enough. Carlito, I don't know where he goes. JD, I think, comes back in a singles capacity as a face. Finn goes off on a singles run before he hangs him up. And I think Liv and Raquel are ready to just go do their own things as well. So everyone in the group is really just kind of set up to do their own thing. I think just waiting for Mania to kind of pull the trigger on that. So
Finn needs another singles run. He needs to get away from this. Finn's so much better than being a part of the Judgment Day.
Justice for Finn. This man needs to get his hands on a world championship again. It's not
He's
fair
so
what
much
happened.
better than being around Judgment Day.
Oh, dude. And that bringing the Demon
just
back.
Has so much fucking potential. And when he got hurt after winning the Universal Championship, they never did fucking right by him again after that. And he was never really given the push that he freaking deserved after getting hurt.
No, I agree.
But the Demon's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I love the Demon. And I know, obviously, it's very, very used, very few and far in between, which is the purpose of that. That's where he goes, was when he needs to, like, really go to that place. I think the last time we saw the Demon, wasn't it in that, was it in the Fiend match? Or was he taking on Roman? It was Roman. Where it was weird, all the lights went red, the rope snapped.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the last time we saw him. And that was just not the way for that character to go out.
Yeah.
Good call. Could be a thing. Yeah, but that's if that wait, that would mean Jey Uso has to win at WrestleMania. First of all. We'll talk about that at another time. Yeah, and again, Jey Uso and Gunther. It's getting good. It's getting a little weird. I feel there's a lot of talking going on. I think they pulled the trigger on people who they were announcing who's going to what, and now we just need to fill in 6 more weeks of Jey and Gunther week after week after week of doing stuff like this. Jey saying the same thing.
Getting tired of that. I was just about to say that this is exactly what you were going to say. Jey saying the same thing over and over and over again. Nobody believes in me. Everybody's doubting me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we need to find a different shtick. Like, we get it.
I don't know, Vicky. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But yeah, it's the same thing over and over. It's just, thou protest too much. I'm just like, we get it. And it's to a point now, like, you're doing it so much and he's so over. I'm telling you just pulled the trigger too fast on the announcement because it's like, now we know he's going to win. Do we, though? Do we? WWE has no problem pulling a swerve and having a heel go over and not having a face one win, a la Cody and Roman. They have no problem like pulling that card where everyone goes home
Breaking
going,
hearts.
what? What do you mean he didn't win? And Jay,
Yeah.
like I said, the next Monday comes out and it's even more of a yeet show because now he's even more of an underdog. But yeah, no, I'm getting the same way. I'm just in the Gunther stuff about how he's a toy. Now he's beating up Tozawa. Poor Tozawa, man. That was a hell of a match. Tozawa and Gunther, that match win. That was an awesome match. That was good.
Tozawa was always just taking a beating.
For real. I want to get on my pedestal for a second. For the people, 110 people that are watching, thank you so much. I'm convinced in another 25 minutes, Shazza's going to jump in. So I'm just going to keep going with wrestling. With the releases of like 2-3 weeks ago, right? And this is, I am not crapping at anybody or taking a shot at anyone's character. We let some great people go a couple weeks ago that really had some potential, really could have done something. Maybe didn't have a chance to really get the air under their wings in the company. But the Alpha Academy is still all in WWE.
Right.
What did they do? Nothing but respect to Otis. Nothing against Tozawa. Nothing but respect. But what? They're literally comic relief making TikToks and like not even really wrestling. And just you let all these other people go to keep them on for what? Those are the things that make me scratch my head sometimes. Like I'm watching, they're doing the thing, and then Tozawa's in the match. That's cool. And I'm like, but why? You let some other people go that could have had a great future. I don't know. That kind of bothers me a little bit. That kind of made me kind of think. Another great question. Is there going to be another member? If there is, who could be the next member of the Judgment Day?
Right.
But if there's not going to be a Judgment Day, why are we bringing?
Why does it need another member?
I feel like Judgment Day. I feel like
they've just run its course.
I feel like they're just going to keeping the name to different people. So Finn's going to leave, right? Liv and Dom apparently is still a thing. I thought it wasn't a thing. It's still a thing. So that's going to keep rolling. So I guess Liv is still tied to Dom. When JD comes back, if Carlito stays, maybe Finn leaves. That's why I think it's going to be Finn taking on Dom at Mania as the Demon. Because like him and Dom, literally you just saw the breadcrumbs being dropped last night of them two kind of jockeying for position and talking about Dom's like, let me get another member. And he's like, we don't need another member. I'll take care of it. Yet Finn just keeps not taking care of it.
Right.
So him and Dom go at it one-on-one. Finn leaves the group, and now it's Dom, Liv, JD for now when he comes back, and then Carlito, and obviously Raquel while she's still with Liv until that breaks up again. But yeah, those are my thoughts. But I don't know. You don't bring Alistair back to join that group. You don't. He needs to come back as a singles guy and fucking kill it.
I think he's going to SmackDown with Zelina.
Yeah, me too. I wonder where they're gonna. I think not for nothing though. I thought that. I know the night after the Raw after WrestleMania is always like the most unpredictable night of the year in wrestling because that's where kind of you get a lot of debuts, a lot of people returning. I think they're saving Alistair for that. But I think the SmackDown being a 3-hour one on USA could be just as good. I think we might get Alistair popping out there. So yeah, that's going to be good. I'm excited. A lot of good storylines though. I'm excited for it, man. And Braun. The other thing too is shut up and take my money if it's Braun Breaker and the Demon for the Intercontinental Championship. But that's not the title I want to see Finn get. I don't want to see Finn win the IC title. I don't need that. Don't take that off of Braun. Leave that on Braun. Let him do his thing. But yeah, I think
give Finn the Universal, the WWE Championship, something like that.
Yeah, and I think it needs to be the Undisputed too, because I feel like that's like an offshot of the old Universal belt that he never got to get his hands back on.
After getting injured.
But him going to SmackDown though, I mean, is Damian champion when you do it? And Finn can't just go over there now. You need a portal. You need a transfer window. You need a draft. So we're probably not going to get it till later in the year. So maybe it is on Raw. Maybe he gets a chance as the Demon. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Good point over by Mike as well. I know, but it's just it's a waste of Otis. I feel like Otis is such a good wrestler, doesn't get enough credit. Maxine is actually I like how it's like when she does good in the ring, people are like, oh my God. She actually can wrestle. And Tozawa, not for nothing, showed you last night, he can wrestle as well.
Right.
You're kind of just I never liked the comic release stuff. The one thing, even like with R-Truth, when he does it, like, he'll get in here, he'll do his thing, but he'll also get in there and kick someone's ass. Like,
right.
At the same time, once you upset him. I don't know. I guess I'm a little butthurt about some of the people they let go. But yeah. But yeah.
Well, it's goofy.
But that's the point. It's the comic relief. They're supposed to be, oh, haha. And everyone thought it was gonna be a squash match. And what happens is he actually gives Gunther a run for his money and actually gets a pinfall. Almost gets a pinfall on Gunther. I was like, oh.
Right.
So that was good. I'm glad it wasn't a squash. We got a question up here. Let's see what's going on.
No.
I think one of them do.
I don't.
I think Ivy, Creed, it's tough. It depends on what, I guess we'd have to fantasy book what's going to happen when Shaq comes back, right? So he's learning these dark arts of being a lucha, which is wild to me. So I guess he's just going to come back. He's learning all this just to come back and take on Penta, which is weird. But if we're trying to build this group up like it was when it was Kurt Angle's group, when he had the world's greatest tag team, and obviously adding a female with Abby Nile, I'm guessing somebody's going to have to have some gold. Out of the two, looking at like the landscape of championships and where they are, I don't see the Creeds beating the War Raiders, but I can see Valkyria giving the belt to letting Ivy get the win on that. Because Ivy's very believable. She can go, and I like the mean streak they're painting her with, which is great. So I think Ivy wins gold first, and then I think the Creeds maybe Chad comes back and helps them win the match against the War Raiders, because the War Raiders are on fire right now. So much.
Side note, what is it with the WWE women's makeup team and putting the fucking black shit all the way back to here when the fucking chick is supposed to be strong and fucking powerful? Shayna Baszler, fucking Ronda Rousey, Ivy Nile, fucking. They fucking have to put the black shit all the way back to here on their fucking eyes. Every single fucking one of them. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that supposed to make them look tough, powerful? It makes them look like they fucking smudge the shit out of their makeup into their hair. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Be better.
Do better, goddammit. Do better makeup. Stop it. Fuck.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Stop trying to make these strong women fucking look ridiculous.
I was right. So give me 2 seconds, Jesse. You have to carry this for like 2 minutes. I'm going to go off camera. Chantel will be in here in a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh shit. Leaving me by myself. That's not fun. Don't do that. But yeah, they need to fucking stop doing that with the fucking makeup and shit. Let's see. I agree with you, Tori. I think Jey Uso is fucking winning. There's just way too much hype for him not to. What else we got going on here in the comments? Let's see. In the comments, though, who do you guys think that it really was that attacked Jade? Because I don't know if they're going to make it Bianca or if they're going to make it Naomi. I think they should throw a whole swerve in it and make it be Bianca, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, Tori, Bianca. I like the idea of it being Bianca better than I do Naomi. Especially if they're turning the Street Profits heel. It would be a good time to turn Bianca heel, too. Oh, Mike, that's not a bad idea. So they did it together. But I definitely think with them turning the Street Profits heel, it'd be a good time to turn Bianca heel too. Not that they need to associate her with her husband necessarily. I just think it would be a good time. Heel Bianca could be a really good thing. Oh, Tank's about to be stupid. Sorry, guys, if the dog starts barking, neighbors are walking by. Yeah, Jade versus Bianca is definitely always something that they've been wanting to do. That's something I'd want to see. Two powerhouse women going at it with each other. As long as they don't smudge their fucking makeup back to here, because that'll get on my goddamn nerves. But I think that would be a really good match. They're two powerhouses. So it would be great to see the two of them get together in a match. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sick. So excuse me for all the sniffling. But that match would be amazing. I don't think it'll be at WrestleMania either, but I definitely see it going down I don't think there's enough time to plan it between now and WrestleMania. There's not enough build. Exactly, for SummerSlam it would be a good one because there'd be plenty of time to build it up for SummerSlam. I like you, I don't think there's enough time to build Jade and Bianca before WrestleMania.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. That was rough.
She should be back any minute. You're doing fine.
Leaving the introvert by herself.
Oh my god, the comments are terrible. You're fine. The comments.
Oh my god.
Mike is here. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Over here crashing out. No, just kidding.
So you gotta love live streams. So just working this out with her, getting her in here in a second. So
no worries. I'm gonna grab my work phone really quick so that I can pretend to do things.
No worries. Yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble. So oh, this is great. So our guest shows up and then Jesse has to step out for a second. Awesome. Give me 1 sec. Just waiting for Jesse to come back in, and then we'll bring in our guest. Awesome. Okay, so looks like Jesse jumped off. Oh, here she comes. She's coming back. Great.
All right, it froze. I had to.
I was gonna say, we've done this for like 50 minutes now. Our guest shows up, and then you start crashing out. Like you can't be
glitched out on me.
So, like we were talking about when we first started this, thank you so much for everyone hanging on. Just miscommunication on my part to our guest. As I said before, a world-renowned wrestler, a female wrestler on the Indies, has been WWE, AEW. Guys, welcome, please, to ChairShot Sports, Shazza McKenze.
I feel so bad.
Welcome.
No, don't, please.
Oh, don't at all.
Literally, like I said when I started
this,
this is literally, this is just how it would go with how many times we've had to push this back on my end, and this just happens. This is just totally how I thought this was going to go, so it's totally fine.
No worries.
Oh.
We were like, it was like 20 minutes in. No, and we're like, we're talking wrestling. We didn't do a Raw rundown last night. I'm like, it's probably, you know what? I guarantee you,
it's a time zone thing.
Where it was like her time, so I probably just messed up. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine.
My bad.
No worries.
Please. But
I have a lump on my head. Sorry.
Oh,
no.
I'm looking at myself. I'm like, what did I think I hit my head on something. Oh, no.
But regardless, thank you so much. I told everyone the story. We've been trying to do this for like 2-3 months now. Everything on my end, being dad and new jobs, everything has gotten in the way. But it's so nice to finally have you on the show.
I am here. I have survived.
Welcome.
I am alive.
Awesome. So Shazza, this is Jessie B. She's my co-host usually most of the time. We do a lot of rundowns on AEW, WWE, stuff like that. So great. So obviously world renowned. You've wrestled
World
in North
renowned.
America. You're currently, I believe, right now in Australia, I believe.
No, right now I'm here in St. Louis.
You're in the States right now. Okay, awesome.
I'm in. Yes, this is where I'm in St. Louis.
Awesome. So for those that don't know, might not know, I guess we'll kind of just start real quick. Just the usual kind of when did it all start? Like, how did you get into professional wrestling and this wanted to be your career?
So I don't have like I grew up watching it with my mom and dad me and my dad watched it every Saturday morning or any of that. Basically I was like a chaotic teenager, just ruining my parents' life, the way some 15-year-olds do. And in the process of that, I was dating a boy that I probably retrospectively shouldn't have been dating, but hindsight. And he was really into wrestling. And he would be like, "Can we watch the wrestling? Can we watch the wrestling? Can we watch the wrestling?" And I was like, "No, that seems silly, and I don't want to watch that." And then I guess at one point he like wore me down and he like put it on, and then it was I know the exact episode because I'm insane. I'm mentally ill. It was the draft lottery of 2004, and I saw Trish Stratus, and the segment that got me, which is, we can unpack it at a later date. The segment that got me was a Chris Jericho highlight reel, and it was just after Trisha turned heel on Jericho, and she was with Christian and all that. And the crowd was chanting "slut" at her, and for some reason in my head, I said, "That's my girl. That's my girl." And then I was just hooked, and I like broke up with a boyfriend and dropped out of school and said, "All that matters is wrestling." And now here I am, 21 years later.
That has got to be the best story anyone has been on the show has told us. That beats like I wanted to do when I was a kid.
I'm a storyteller.
That's the best. I love that. So
that's awesome.
Once you decided you got into it, you dropped out of school, kind of. So where did you go as far as training wise? Did you any kind of like? I know Trish was like your mentor and stuff like that. Like, where did you go for training?
So when I dropped out of school because I was 16 and I was going to get a job and I was going to save up all this money, and then I was going to go. This was back when Lance Storm had his school over in Canada, and that was like the big thing. Like you would go and you do your little 3-month thing, and then you'd be a wrestler, right? But then I was 16 and I got a job and I had money for the first time, and turns out 16-year-olds not great with money. So then I didn't save any money, and I didn't do that. And then I just, when I was 19, just went, okay, well, I guess I'll go to a local wrestling school. And so I did that, and which was, I started training at this company's called AWF in Sydney, Australia. And basically, I trained there for about a year. I had my first match, and then I moved on to Pro Wrestling Australia, PWA, training under Madison Eagles and Robbie Eagles, and that area. And that's been my home as far as wrestling goes since 2009. And that's when I started training there, and I trained with them for the last, 14, 15 years, whatever that is. And I still, I was back in Australia a month ago and I was there training again. So it's been, that's my home my home base as far as wrestling goes. I've traveled around the world and I've trained under a gazillion different people, but that's my little world. And then, I just started doing this, I guess. I don't know.
Right. You got a lot of success in PWA. I think you're a former tag champion. You're a 2-time women's champion, I believe, in PWA.
2-time women's champ.
There you go. Awesome. Yep. And then after, I believe you wrestled in Shine, correct? And you actually had the opportunity to wrestle with Davina Rose. A lot of us might know her as Bailey. How was that, wrestling with Bailey that early on? How was she?
So that was, gosh, I'm trying to think. I think that was she had already signed her contract at that time. She was fading us all. She was, she told me, like, so I was there in America for like 2 weeks. Me and Bailey had become friends my first trip to America, because we we both kind of came into Shimmer at the same time, and there was kind of like this little group of young girls that kind of came into Shimmer around the same time. And we all like became friends, and she was one of them. And then I was back over for another like Shimmer Shine trip, and then they put us together. And actually Daphne, who was the ring announcer at Shine at the time, but also that's who we would stay with while we were over there. She nicknamed, because for whatever reason we were like, how do we make ourselves a tag team? We were both wearing blue, and she was like, the babes in blue, and then we would make jokes that we were the bib. But she was already signed at the time. But didn't tell us until the end of the trip. Like right at the end of the trip, she was like, I have to tell you something. And she's like, I'm not coming back to Shimmer. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, what's going on? And then, obviously, and now we're all happy and, now superstar. So, but still a saint.
Awesome. So obviously she's in WWE. She's been doing that for a while, and Bailey has just made such a name for herself. I know you had the opportunity to wrestle a while back in NXT. I think you had a couple stints in NXT. How was that experience being under the WWE umbrella?
Well, my second time was a bit more, I was not prepared, because I was actually horrifically ill at the time. But when they call, you go. So you push through, even if you think you're about to die. But I guess these days they tell you don't do that. But whatever. This was a decade ago, nearly. Not really. It was like 6 years ago. But we're a bit better about that stuff now. The first time, I had absolutely no intention of being there. Well, I had intention to go to the taping and watch, because it was the first NXT taping that I'd been in America for since Jess and Cass, the Iconics, had signed with WWE. So we intended to go and watch them perform, because yay, our friends being successful, we love them. Good. And then the day before, at about 3 p.m. I was about to leave we were going to Halloween Horror Nights that night, which for those that don't know ends at 2 a.m. It was 3 p.m. and they said, I got WWE wants you there tomorrow at 1 p.m. I said, to do what? They were like, I don't know, they want you there. And they said, you got to dress nice. I said, I'm on vacation. What am I? And then me and my friends, we like put together like some little outfit that resembled something remotely professional, because I was genuinely just in Florida chilling, and I remember being like, well, I ate like 3 donuts for breakfast today, of course today's the day, because
always the way that works out, always the way.
And then we and I was like, are we still going to Halloween Horror Nights? They're like, yeah, we're still going to Halloween Horror Nights. So then I was out at Halloween Horror Nights till 2 a.m. And then I got home at 3 a.m. and I had to like tan and do my nails at 3 a.m. and then get up and get there and then luckily they were like, they put me in there against Tennille, Emma at the time, and who we did that because she had asked to wrestle me in that scenario because I was her last match before in Australia before she signed with WWE. And then this was like when she first started the Evil Emma stuff. So she wanted she wanted it to be the story that like Shaz has faced her before, but she hasn't faced this version of Emma. So that was a fun little thing. And then in 2018, I went back after Mania week in New Orleans. It was the week after, or like the Wednesday or Thursday after. I don't remember when they used to film it. I feel like it was Thursday. But I'd gotten horrifically ill in New Orleans, like to the point where I had tickets to WrestleMania and I couldn't get out of bed. And so somehow I mustered it up to go there. I hadn't eaten a day, so I was a skinny little bitch through. So that's what's important, right?
So since you weren't really expecting to be there and to wrestle, how do you prepare for a match that you're not prepared for?
I think they're usually the best matches because, like, if you don't have time to think, you just have to do. I think like so like we all get so like in our own heads if we have too much time to. I mean, I'd like some time to prepare, but you know, like if you have too much time to prepare, like say I knew for like a month that I was going to go to NXT or something, whatever it was, I would have spent a month, you know, talking badly to myself. I'm sure be like, you have to be better, you have to be better, like this is it, if you don't do great right now, your whole world is going to implode and no one is ever going to love you. So it is like it just being like, oh, you just have to go, like you don't have time to, you just have to be like, oh yeah, that's what you want me to do, okay, like you just have to trust that you know how to do it, and if you don't know how to do it, oh well, like you just got to try, you just got to you just have to do it. And I think that's like that's probably the best way to do things, right? Like, to just, you just have to, because
Just
you
do it.
just, then you don't get caught up in your own little brain doing things.
Just
Right.
keep it simple. You don't want to make it too much. Just do it. Do what you do, and just whatever feels natural. Just do it.
Yeah,
Don't have to
exactly.
overthink.
And if it goes bad, oh well, you weren't prepared. And then if it goes great, cool, you weren't prepared.
I feel like that's one of the coolest things. Whether
Right.
you're on the indies,
Either way.
whether you're on the indies or on the big stage of AEW, WWE, I feel like however many long you've been wrestling, years and years, I feel like every match you can learn and do something a little bit better, hone in on the craft. So like that's a perfect analogy. Just like, oh, this tonight sucked, but guess what? I'll just do that. I'll do this differently next time. It'll be
Just
good.
keep going.
Yep, that's it.
Exactly.
So you got to be in WWE, some NXT stuff. More recently, you actually graced our television screens. You were in AEW. How was that? And what did you do over in AEW?
So I was lucky. I was very lucky that I was in AEW when it first got off the ground, pre-pandemic. Back when back when Tony was flying people from the other side of the world on a regular basis. It was crazy. I said, this is not going to last. This is a very poor financial plan. But like flying them in specifically just for the show, right? Like, and they were still living in other countries, which like that, like the first year, that's when people were doing. So like I was flown in from Australia to be in the All Out casino, the like first ever women's casino battle royale. I was literally here for a day. I was like, this is crazy, but I loved it. And then now that I like live here in America, bit different. I just I get my email and I go, and you just, you know, you hope, you always like whenever you're going into whatever any company, like WWE, AEW, TNA, whatever you're doing, when you're an extra, I think one of the best things that's ever been, like one of the best quotes that I love is that you're not here to get a job, you're here to do a job. And it doesn't mean you're here to job out or whatever that is. Like, it just means you have to go into these things just being like, I'm here to do my job, and I know what my job is. I'm not here to be like, hey, look, if you just give me millions of dollars, look at the star you could possibly have. And I think that's like the attitude that you have to have going into. You can't expect anything. You can't. You could like, it'd be nice, but like I never am like, oh my god, I must be on TV. I must do this. I must do whatever. It's, you know, if I get the opportunity, cool. If I don't, I get to eat some pretty sweet catering and watch some wrestling. That's
Right.
And I get paid to do that. So
with that being said, who had better catering, NXT or AEW?
AEW. I love AEW.
What I heard.
Right. That's
you
good
were like
to know.
asking me what to expect. I was like, just the food. The food is great,
That's
guys.
what I've heard.
Wow.
I've heard
big
that the
fan of
catering
AEW.
at AEW is superb.
I'm a big fan of it.
All right.
I've heard that a
trying to
lot.
get booked to eat that food.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to wrestle too.
Now I need to know, what was the spread? What was the spreading catering? What was out there?
It changes every day. That's why I love it as well. Like, they have like the standard, like they'll have like grilled chicken and rice and broccoli or whatever for the people, for the people that gotta whatever. But then they just have like for example, in December when I did Kansas City and then I did St. Louis the next day. So exact next day. And the menu was completely different. Well, not completely different, but like, they have a different protein and they have a different flavor, a different thing. It was always just like, it was always something that was just so like, it's catering
Mhm.
is
All right.
the AEW catering high compliments to
AEW
the
Catering
chef.
1, AEW Catering 1, WWE 0. Awesome.
Yeah. I've heard that a WWE is a lot more healthy, a lot more
I'm sure.
health conscious foods, things of that nature. Whereas AEW, they really get down over there. That's what
Yeah.
I've kind of learned from
Not
Heels.
everyone that's working there is an athlete. Like they have the stuff for the athletes, but like you have to remember that like 80% of the people that work in a
Our
wrestling
crew.
company like something like AEW are not on air talent, right? Like
Right.
they just want to eat
They're
some
the
Right.
crew,
Exactly.
the backstage,
Yeah,
the
like
makeup, the
yeah. They don't like, they might want to eat some grilled chicken and broccoli and rice and that they have the option, but like most of the people just want to eat some regular food.
yeah.
No, I agree. Awesome. So WWE, AEW, Shimmer and Shine. What are you up to now? What's going on? What are you doing? What are some things you got coming on in 2025?
2025, my main goal since I moved to America. So I moved to America in 2023, in March 2023. So we're coming up with 2 years soon. Holy crap. Yeah, we're nearly at 2 years that I've lived here. And my main goal since coming here has never been to get a job. It was always just to continue to make a living doing the thing that I love. Like, I don't have to make $1 million to be happy. I love what I get to do. I love that I get to travel around the country. I get paid to do that. Am I making millions? No, but I like just a normal, simple life. I don't know. Like and for me, like
Makes
as long
sense.
as
Makes sense.
I've got food in my fridge, I've got a roof over my head, like that's all I really like. I've got friends, I've got friends, I've got people, I think that's so much more important than, um making millions of dollars and being the biggest star, whatever. And like it's not that I would like if someone said, "Hey, here, Shaz, here's like I don't know, 100K, go be the main, like whatever it is. Here's millions of dollars, go main event WrestleMania." Like, obviously, yes, I would do it. Like,
Nice.
I'm not silly. But I'm very satisfied in what I've done and what I can do. And like, every goal that I've hit, like every goal that I've given myself, I've been able to achieve. Uh, and like I feel very satisfied. Like I don't know, I have my own little career path, my own little story that is so different and unique to anyone else. Like no one is. I can't even think of a career story life that is anything like mine. And I am very proud of the legacy that I've paved out. If I never make $1 million, oh well. I know that even if it's in the little small places, I've left my little mark, and
Mhm.
years from now, people will still remember something that I did, said, I don't know, way I made them feel, because that's what people remember. They remember how you made them feel.
That is
Exactly.
the nail on the head. You can make millions of
Exactly.
dollars, but at the end of the day, it's about legacy and what you did and how. Because you can't, if you make them feel, they'll always remember. Absolutely,
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's such a testament to the business. I feel like that gets lost a lot now. I feel like some people are still in it, like that's what they want to do, but also everyone's chasing a paycheck. It's just go out there and make them feel something. Whether you boo, whether you cheer, they're feeling and they're engaged and they're in
Yes.
the product, and that's what you want. Especially in
Exactly.
the indie circuit too. Like it's obviously not the biggest crowds in the world, but like if you can get that much of an intimate group following every little thing you do, you've done your job and you're great at it. So
I
So
truly love that about indie wrestling as well, because all the crowds are so completely different. Like every day is so completely different. You have to be able to be so versatile, and that's why I
Mhm.
love it.
Well, and the crowds are more intimate in the indie circuit too, because they are the smaller venues, and you can get more feeling from the crowd because it's those smaller, more intimate crowds, and you're getting a more of a genuine reaction rather than those huge crowds where I feel like some of the chants and the things that go on in AEW and WE, they're not genuine. They're just chanting because everybody
Going
else
through the
is
motion.
chanting sometimes, rather
Yeah.
than if you're at an indie show and they're chanting, they're really chanting because they're in the moment and they're really feeling what you're doing for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, group indie wrestling fans that go to those, it's a different kind of crowd. So when you get them engaged, it's very organic, and you're doing, like I said, you're doing your job because they're engaged with you, what you're doing. So it's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. So I know you said kind of just doing what you're doing, you have your own career path, no real like setting, making the millions of dollars. But if you had to pick right now somewhere to go, WWE, AEW, NXT, is there anything like kind of like, well, I kind of want to go there and see where I can go from there moving forward? Is there an interest, or just not asking what you're going to do, the next 2, 3, 4 years, but is there an interest kind of somewhere you kind of want to get your feet in, put a toe in, and see if, maybe I want to grow some roots here and see what happens here?
My ideal job in professional wrestling would be to work at a place like a TNA or something like that, because I truly do love being independent. Getting a job at a place like TNA would be amazing, because it's like it just gives you like a little bit more, doesn't, not even like stability, but like something that I can charge a little more. Something like that, maybe, maybe a
Nothing
little,
wrong with
but
that.
like,
There's nothing wrong with
but
that.
I can, but I can still go and travel and do what I want to do, and like take the bookings I want to take, and just like see the world the way I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like as like I don't think I'd want to. I mean, if I was offered it, I would do it, yes. But like, I don't have this desire to move to Florida and live in Orlando and go to the PC every day. I don't have this desire to be on a plane every week for TV, and then,
Mhm.
like I don't like I like what I do, and I like that I control my schedule and no one else is sending me a thing going, this is exactly what you're doing this month. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You have
Yeah.
more freedom of choice of where you wrestle, where you're going, what you're doing, who you're wrestling, rather than here, this is what you're doing. These are the 6 people you're wrestling for the next month. These are the 6 venues you're going to be in. Here's where you're staying.
Yep.
This is
Yeah,
it, period.
exactly.
You
I
make
make
your
my
own
own
itinerary.
schedule.
Yep.
Make your own destiny.
Yep. Speaking of that, we need to get you up to the Northeast then, if you haven't been up here yet, because there's a lot of independents up here. It'd be great to see you up here in the Northeast.
I haven't been there for a little while. I've been up there many. My first time that I ever came to America for a wrestling trip, I lived in Philadelphia for 2 months,
Mhm.
and then I did another 3 months in Philadelphia in 2019. And I've gone up and down that highway 1,000 times.
Awesome. So another partner of the ChairShot Media Group, our friend Mike over at the Run, has a great question. What would your dream match be, and who would it be against? If you could pick anyone out of all the groups, is there one person you'd like to get in a ring with? Get your hand up.
Okay. So this one's tricky, because the answer to this for many years has been the exact same, which has always been Deonna. I've always wanted a singles match with Deonna, and we had a triple threat in 2018. Me, Deonna, and Indy Hartwell, which was fine. But and then and then when we were at TV in December, and they were like, "Okay, Shaz, it's you versus Deonna," me and her were both just like, "Of course, this is how we get our singles match. Some 90 seconds on TV, not like what we would really like to do." Because I reckon we both really enjoy technical wrestling and telling stories, and we wrestled just kind of like we even just in our like little 90 seconds of wrestling on TV, I was like, yeah, we like mesh well with each other. So I still would really like to wrestle Deonna on in an independent wrestling ring, or
Right. Yeah. Yep.
just for more than 2 minutes, more really more than
And a
anything, like
substance match.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. A little more
so
substance. Yeah.
that's always been my like dream. But like if we're going with someone I've just never ever wrestled and would love to share the ring in in La La Land of magical things happening, it would be Charlotte Flair, because I think she's the best professional wrestler,
Wow.
especially the best female professional wrestler of all time. No, honestly. I think when she's all said and done, and if the internet doesn't go too crazy, she will eventually be remembered for that.
You want to talk about
Eventually.
talk about a
over Twitter.
legacy and setting like having people feel and remember. Charlotte is up there. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So like we talked about, obviously, kind of you're doing your own thing. You have your own kind of itinerary, what you want to do. What is 2025 looking like for you right now? Anything big planned? Any kind of big splashes? Any like big things coming with any promotions in the next couple months, or?
Who knows?
Oh, okay. I like that answer. That's the best
yeah,
answer.
like
I like
that's
that.
it. I'm always cooking.
I like
I'm
that.
always stirring something up. But the beauty of the thing about wrestling is that until you're physically in the ring, nothing. You like I've seen so many things be about to happen and not happen. So until you're physically in the ring, nothing's real. So you just have to enjoy it for what it is and try somehow in wrestling to never get your hopes up too high, because they will be destroyed. If they haven't been destroyed already, you will have your soul completely crushed at some point. And the people that succeed in this business and have longevity in this business are the people that can take that rejection and feel it, but then go, okay, well, now we keep we try a different way. That way didn't work. Okay, we try here. That door said no. We go this door. Oh, they closed the door. Okay, well maybe we'll go this way, around the back gate, around here. We figure it out. You get knocked down, you get back up again, knocked down, get back up. The amount of times that I've been knocked down, you just get back up again, because we're insane. Mentally ill.
The definition of insanity, right?
Over and over
exactly. Over and over again.
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
That's it.
We just keep going.
I do want to know one thing. What was it like wrestling Soraya Knight?
That was like my very, 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 very first Shimmer weekend ever. So I was 23. It was my first weekend ever, my first trip to America ever. I remember I was in the ring, and because it was Shimmer, so they don't tell you, they don't announce the matches beforehand, right? So I have such a specific memory of I did my entrance and I'm in the ring, and everyone's like, hey, Shazza's here, and then Soraya's music hit, and everyone went, oh fuck, she's dead. It was just such a
womp womp.
oh no, you just knew what was gonna happen, right? But it's such a I remember that reaction from the crowd of them going from to oh fuck,
oh shit,
it's over. And then she beat the crap out of me, so but I think technically I won because she got disqualified. So yeah.
So you do have a W.
Yeah.
Listen, a win's a win. A win's a win.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Was I in a lot of pain? Yes. But I won.
But I won.
I love it. Awesome.
So,
well, hey, this has been so great. I'm so glad we finally able to get you on and make this happen. This is probably one of the better interviews that we've had. Just you have such a great story. You've gotten in the ring with so many people are great now, and just other people on the independents. It's so cool. So I like to recently a lot of interviews that we've been doing. I like to ask whoever comes on, like right now, obviously you're wrestling. You say you have a roof over your head. You have great health. What are 3 things you're grateful for right now, currently in your life?
I mean, those are like, I'm so thankful that my body, knock on wood, is still holding up, and I'm entering I started training in 2007, so I'm entering my 18th year of throwing my body into the
you're almost
ground on a
20 years.
regular basis.
Makes you a vet.
And I've never had any, like, again, we're knocking on wood as we say this. I've never had any like major injuries. I did have a bunch of time off because of the pandemic, which actually, like, I was very, like, at the time I was like, this sucks. But retrospectively, it added years to my career because I was forced to stop and rest and reevaluate and reset and, reattack the world. So I'm very grateful that I have my physical health, and that I'm able to do this, especially at my age. Like, I know 36 isn't that old for a guy, but
It's not old.
they
not
will
old.
tell you as a woman that you are worthless. So I'm very, very thankful that I have my body and my health and all that. I'm thankful that I get to live in America and do this, because I don't think people comprehend how insanely hard and expensive and stressful and just overwhelmingly consuming trying to temporarily relocate to America is, let alone now I'm in the battle of trying to stay here even longer, and hopefully one day live here forever. But I'm very thankful that right now I have time to figure that out, and that I'm here, and that I have my apartment and I have a cat. I love my cat, and I have a dog, and I love my dog. I'm very thankful for these things, and I don't want to lose them, but I'm very thankful that I have them right now. And I'm thankful for my friends because, like, wrestling has given me friends all over the world. And I think that's the best thing about wrestling is, like, you meet people, and then you might meet them once, and then you won't see them for months, years, but it's still the exact same when you see them again. Like, they're still, like, because we're all just on our own little journeys, and then at some point we come together and we all bond over this thing, and then we go on our little journey, and no one's like, oh no, I haven't heard from Shaz for 2 months. I hope she's like, they're not like, they know I'm just out doing my stuff, and then I'll check in with them if I need anything, or if they need anything, I'm there, and whatever. We all have our own little, and I'm very thankful that I have friends that understand the grind, so to speak, that we are on.
It's good to have that, especially for mental health wise. Just have someone to bounce things off and vent, that understand, like you said, the grind and the journey and how hard it is in this business on a day-to-day basis of just doing the job.
Yeah. So it can't be easy.
No, man,
It's tiring.
whether it's independent or it's you work for one of the 3-letter brands, man, I'm telling you, I have so much respect for you guys. Like, it's got to be such a grind on a day-to-day basis to do what you do, and do it on the level that you do it is amazing to me. Watching every time someone I go, I obviously do my research. I do, I watch matches, and just you guys, what you do in that ring on a normal basis is phenomenal. So I don't think enough credit goes to wrestling. I think, oh, it's a fake sport, is that, but being as athletic as you have to be, I think it definitely goes under the radar. So, yeah,
it's a very painful fake sport.
Right. I was gonna say it's fake until you wake up with the bruises from hitting the mat.
Yeah,
or hitting the rope,
like this, whatever this is.
I was gonna say that's not fake, No, watching this for as long as I have, everyone knows I watch it. It's scripted, but being athletic and being in that ring is not fake in the least. So, but yeah,
no,
exactly.
Awesome. Well, Shazza, it's been amazing. I appreciate you so much for taking the time. But for those of you that don't know, where can we find you in the future, in the past couple months, or where can we find you on your socials as well?
Find me on my socials at Shazza_McKenze on Instagram and on X. Look at that. I called it X. I hate myself.
I'm still getting used to it.
It's the worst. And that, like, all my links and everything are there, and I post all my shows. I wrestle wrestle every weekend, all day, every weekend. Last year I wrestled 51 weeks in a row. I'm tired. My goal this year is actually to have a vacation, and I'm going to do it. Maybe. We'll see.
I think I saw that. That's in your pinned tweet. Your goal is to take a vacation where you just kind of let it all go. Don't bother me for a week. I'm going to
This
wrestle.
phone?
Exactly.
Throw it out
Sometimes you need to put that thing. We all need to put that thing
I
down for a
hate
little
it.
bit.
I don't even have notifications on, and I still hate it because I just like someone's trying to get me to do something always.
It's like it's terrifying. Somebody's there.
It's a nervous
Yes.
tick. I need to pick up the phone. I need to look at it.
Yes. So hopefully this year you'll see me on a beach somewhere with no phone. That's the goal.
Looking forward to it. I hope you get that. You definitely deserve as much work as you put in. So
Yes, some rest and relaxation.
always needed. Also, Jesse, for those of you who don't know, where can we find you on socials?
You can find me at Jess Skywalker 10 on X and on YouTube at The Lowdown with Princess Skywalker and John Anthony on Wednesday nights after AEW.
Awesome. And if you're watching this, you already watch me on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, which is already too much. At ChairShot Sports, X, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, you name it, I'm probably on there. So definitely do the thing, subscribe, like, especially you get videos and interviews just like this with Shazza McKenze. So awesome. So Shazza, good luck with everything. I hope to have you on again. And hopefully the next time I see you is in person, you're doing something at Beyond Wrestling here in Worcester or something here in the Northeast. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. I'll go annoy DC. I'll say,
Yeah.
get me back up there, homie.
I'll be watching. Awesome, guys. So for Shazza, for Jesse B, and myself, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.